And we go back to our top story this hour. Tributes continue to pour in for Kobe Bryant. The U.S. basketball legend died in a helicopter crash last night in California. Among the 9 who died was Kobe's 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, who was also a promising player herself. English football legend David Beckham posted on his Instagram account, "This was one special athlete, husband, father, and a friend." In Italy, all professional basketball matches for the week will begin with a moment of silence in honor of the Lord of the Rings. And right now I'm joined by Lockdown founder KP Ndlovu, who's going to discuss with us this philanthropist, businessman. The list just goes on and on and on. Good evening.
Good evening.
Who is this guy?
Oh man, Kobe Bryant. Where do we start? Kobe is really one of the greatest players that the NBA had ever seen. He was not just a great basketball player, he was a great personality. He just really transcended the game of basketball. Starting out, a young kid, 17 years old, coming straight out of high school, going into the NBA, son of a successful NBA player, who then decided to move over to Italy, finished off his career over there. And that's where Kobe those were his formative years in the game.
I was actually listening to some commentary early on today as well. And this person was speaking about, Jelly Bean, the father, gives birth to this great legend. And then you have Gianna as well, because apparently they were actually on their way to a basketball match that she was going to be playing on Sunday. And this person was saying that it's almost like an entire generation has been wiped off, just like that.
It really is. I mean, he became, in his post-career, he became very focused on development, especially around the women's game. Gigi, as she was referred to, was a promising young player, loved basketball, loved her dad. Their relationship was so solid, and I think that's what really hits home. A lot of players, because of who Kobe was, Gigi automatically was in the forefront as well. So everyone knew who she was. Everyone saw her play. We could all see kind of the greatness, developing. And it was said that, a lot of times when Kobe would be out in public, a lot of guys would come through and say, "Hey man, you got to get us a son so that we can get, an heir apparent." And Gigi would be there saying, "No, why do you need to do that? I'm here. That's what I'm for."
I got this.
And,
I got this.
And Kobe loved that. So. And it seemed like it was something that was really coming to fruition,
and even describing her as an heir to his legacy. And now all of that gone, just like that.
Look, I mean, it's just so difficult to kind of consume all of this, but it just feels like the universe had some sort of a plan. I think if anything, Kobe's legacy now transcends basketball. I mean, you saw this morning. I was even shocked by the amount. I mean, I'm a basketball guy, but I was shocked by the amount of love that Kobe got out there. And just to put a little bit in context, I mean, we kind of grew up in that same era as the Kobes and them. In South Africa, basketball was the fastest growing sport here, and played at a very high level. Kobe's a couple of years older than us, so when he came into the NBA straight out of high school, it almost feels like we've grown up with Kobe Bryant. That's why this just seems so, it's so crazy, to live in a world that doesn't have, Kobe Bryant and his greatness. He really influenced a lot of people's thinking, Mamba mentality. That's going to be a tagline that's going to stay, forever. And that's all through Kobe Bryant. It really transcends basketball.
Where were you when you found out?
Here's the thing. So a very close friend of mine, Lesego Mulabatsi, who used to be a teammate of mine at Wits University and on the national team. I was out having a dinner with a few friends, and Lesego called me. He was the biggest Kobe stan on the planet, and he called me, and very frantically, I mean, he's a very calm guy, and he called me and he, "Hey, did you see?" I couldn't make out what he was saying, and I said, "Lesego, just hold on, slow down. What are you saying?" He's like, Kobe's dead, and I said, "No, just hold on. That can't be true. It's probably fake news." And I got onto my cell phone, and as soon as I typed KO, it just came up, Kobe Bryant, helicopter. I mean, I honestly couldn't believe it. He's just one of those personalities on and off the court. He was larger than life. You get these people, once in a generation type of guys that are just larger than life. They step into a room, and it just lights up. I mean, I was fortunate enough to meet Kobe Bryant, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yes, I met Kobe Bryant when he came down in 2010 for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Through my relationship with Nike and the NBA, I managed to get a little pass to come in and hang out with Kobe. We spent the entire night together.
And how was that experience?
Amazing. He's brilliant. I mean, he's
Some people say that he was cocky.
Very cocky. Funny enough, I'll tell you the one thing. I mean, we spoke, and hopefully, I don't get into trouble for this, but I'm a very competitive guy, and at the time, there's a lot of. That's when LeBron was really coming up the ranks and really starting to solidify himself as one of the greats. And I asked Kobe, and I said to Kobe, "Hey, man, so what's your take on LeBron? I mean, do you think he can take you on?" And he was like, "No. Absolutely not. There's no way. LeBron ain't touching." Those are his words. Like, LeBron ain't touching. And that was Kobe in a nutshell. But I mean, he could back up his talk, and he put in the work, man. He's one guy that just
I heard like
really
even his work ethic was just something else.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, KP. Let's say condolences to you and condolences to all basketball fans as well.
Thank you very much.
And condolences to a friend who's watching this interview as well. Just last night when she found out about it, she literally broke down and she cried. She couldn't believe it at all that this has happened. But it is what it is. So, Neo, be strong.